at it tonight already.
What's up? Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Mike said do better. You know,
do better.
Here's the thing. We were talking about this right before the show started. Fro wanted to start 1 minute late just to piss Devin off. I said, hey, let's do better than that. Let's start 5 seconds early. Well, there was some kind of weird technical difficulty, and Fro couldn't start the show. I had to, which is no big deal. But by the time we figured that out, it was 4 seconds after the show was supposed to start. So you're welcome.
So somehow my screen was zoomed in. That's why I couldn't see the button.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, weird deal. Pat Pulley's already on. What's up, Pat? He's getting ready for tough truck racing, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's this weekend. This coming next weekend, I guess.
Next weekend, yes.
Next weekend. It's Sunday. I get it. I forgot.
I don't even know what day it is. Like I've been dealing with so much stuff in my personal life that I've forgotten what day it is, what time it is.
Well, if we're here on this deal, it's Sunday at 7:30 or 7:31.
7:31.
Yeah.
How is it over in your garage? It's hotter than Scarlett Johansson over here. Good Lord.
It's not too bad. I got a little fan right on me. Little personal fan. It's not bad.
I should have went and got the personal fans. What I should have done. You guys will notice Dorty is not with us tonight. That's because Dorty is out on Megaweek. We will get into that a little bit more as we go. Have you accomplished anything on your car this week, Bo?
Yeah, I mean, I got to spend a little bit of time with it today. What I get done? You helped me for a little bit. The battery, the cutoff switch. I'm reading the comments while I try to talk, and it's throwing.
Oh, I know.
I don't think Bucket List has made it to. I think they're going to meet up with everybody in Odessa at Flying H. They've had some mechanical issues with the Winnebago and the truck and stuff, so they'll. I doubt they'll be on tonight because they are traveling or trying to travel, but they'll let us know about it, I'm sure. Maybe we'll have them on the show and they can tell us their adventure. So,
actually, Mike's been texting me from Bucket List.
All right.
And they are now out of Ohio. So that's about as far as they've made it. They do plan to be at Flying H tomorrow for day 2. They believe they have their overheating issues solved, but they still were not able to bring the race car with them. So they're going to spend the whole week just hanging out.
So they're road weeking it.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
You got to give those guys credit because that's really making the best out of a really crappy situation.
100%, because you would have went home.
I'd have went home, 100%.
Yeah. You'd have been home right now just mad, not even watching the live feed.
Yeah, I'd just be – well, actually, I'd probably be sitting on the side of the road somewhere in some rest area crying because it didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out.
I don't know.
I'd hide it really well.
Well, John's doing okay. John made one hit this morning. Went 10:22 at 128 and some change. And said that's all he needs. So he loaded up and ended up waiting around the group of guys he's rolling with. One of them wanted to do a second round, make another pass. So I actually caught up with John and Stone Cipher and a few of those guys over at the checkpoint in Miami at Woody's. Hung out with them for just a few minutes. I had to go make a little special trip over there for Stone Cipher. I'm not going to tell anybody what I did. Let's just say, nope, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tell you what I did because I'm not proud of it. But it's funny.
It's hilarious. I thought about throwing it into the show, but
yeah, you and Stoney and Dorty are the only people that's seen that video. And as far as I'm concerned, you're the only people that's going to see it. So
I certainly hope so.
Not a ZJ because I don't know what that is. That means I can't afford it and I can't handle it.
Let's see.
And the answer to your question, Mike, is not at all. No, John's doing good.
thought you had to turn in 2 slips.
It's weird. No. No. That's a circuit thing.
Oh, okay.
So I was talking to them, and I asked them how the drive was, and they're like, "Man, it's pretty good so far." With Stoney's car, he can't go over 50 miles an hour or it'll overheat. So they're doing between 45 and 50 in Stoney's Nova. Well, in John's car, in my Concho, he's got to do between 60 and 65 so he doesn't overheat. So they're trying to stay together, and it's just it's a dance, I guess. But we think we know what's going on with John's car. We think he's just got a tiny alternator. He should have put my big alternator on his car before he left. I told him he could. I told him throw it on there. I just don't. I think he thought he would be fine. I think he's realizing now the small alternator he's got isn't the greatest for fuel injection, big fuel pump, fans running 100% when it's this warm. So who knows? He may order one on the road and have it, go to a local parts house and pick it up.
That is true.
Are we allowed to say? Can we say names on here? Can I say where we're going to go get the alternator at or not?
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm not. That's just personal thing.
So what he'll do is he'll probably call up O'Reilly's and be like, "Hey, I'm going to be here on this date. Can you have me a 110 amp one wire?" And that's just where we go. You know what I mean?
Oh goodness, my camera is jacked up today. Colby mentioned that he's been seeing some cool rides coming through town. You will?
Yeah, a bunch of them. About 600 of them, because the second group of racers haven't even started making it this way yet, more than likely. Maybe some of them have, I guess, but a lot of them. 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, alternator. It's one wire. But
oh, good God.
So, I've thought about running up to the car wash and just sitting and watching the cars roll through. I told Fro earlier, I said, man, we should have recorded from Woody's. Live, or not recorded, but went live from Woody's and just did the show there. That would have been awesome.
If we'd have known, we probably would have.
Yeah, we didn't know.
But it is what it is. Yeah, they'll probably be rolling through till about 4 a.m.
Yeah. Some really cool stuff rolling through.
If you guys have any mechanical experience, there's probably a good chance that somebody's going to break down there in town. So feel free to.
Oh, yeah. There was one already broke down in one of the dispensaries over off Steve Owens. I was like, are they really broke down, or is that their disguise because they need to run in and use the phone or use the bathroom?
It's true.
No, but anyway, real quick. You asked me. I didn't get to it. Cut off switch on the car. I got the fuel system clearly done. The 2 cables from the alternator back, from the starter back, that's all ran, grommeted, all that good stuff. Like I said, the cutoff switch is in the bumper. It's on the back. It's on that bumper. And then that's a Cheech and Chong reference if you didn't know. And just running some wiring stuff, looming some stuff up, and trying to make things nice and neat the first time. I don't want to go back and redo anything. So there's a really, really, really strong chance that I will finally go pick up the motor hopefully by the end of the week. I know I've said that for like 3 weeks now. Really plan on picking it up this week, hopefully sometime.
Well, I've been doing some more sanding and did some buffing, and after pulling it out into the sunlight, you're 100% right, Bo. It is going to have to go down to 1,500.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I would go more than that.
Right, but at the bare minimum, like I am seeing some light sanding scratches. So, yeah.
I would do 50. Hey, what's up, Chris? I mean, I would go. I'm not big on wet sand and buff, and I don't have to. I don't do it unless I have to. On your situation, we have to, right? So makes sense. But I would go to 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 even, and then buff it. That's how I would do it.
It is going to buff out really nice, though. It's going to look really good.
Yep. Yeah, there's no doubt. For me, it's easier to sand the whole damn thing down and just clear it,
reshoot it,
and just lay it down like glass, like I normally do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, But anyway.
No, I did get a chance to make it out to the track. I did get a chance to take a look at some cars, some of the racers. I took pictures of what I wanted to take pictures of. You may not like all of this, but
I didn't go, so I can't complain.
Well, but you can. It's your show too. So,
well, we have different perspectives.
We do.
Yeah. It never happens to me.
So one of the things that I like is the stickers, the funny license plates. I think Drag and Drive is a little bit more fun. I think it's a little bit more of the Animal House of the drag racing world. Those guys seem to be out there to cause a little bit of trouble, have a little bit of fun. I like that. I like the liter of cola on the Ford Crown Vic. It cracks me up.
I don't want a large.
I want a liter of cola.
I want a liter of cola.
The turd gin cracks me up.
You think that's supposed to be turd gin?
I just looking at the car, I would say that's what he's going for.
Okay, all right.
I'll have a picture of the car, I believe, later on in the slides.
All right. We all know Yacht One.
We all know Yacht One.
I'll spit. Swear to God.
The student driver on the Challenger, I actually stopped and talked to that guy. Really nice guy. This was his second drag and drive, and he is absolutely hooked. He put the student driver sticker on there as a joke, but where he lives, it actually keeps people from tailgating him. So he just left the sticker on there. He's like, screw it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Does he still have the yellow things on the front air dam?
No, he did not.
Okay.
I verified that. I was going to kick the air dam if he did.
Yeah. Okay.
In the 8's license plate, that's I believe that's Brian Havlick. He does the Havlick's fastest streetcar shootout.
Well,
that 55 is bad.
All right, we got to move it. There we go.
Okay, moving
I thought you had more pictures.
I do.
Oh, let's see them.
I'm verifying what the picture is before I put it up there.
Wow. Got a Sling Blade fan in the house.
Sling Blade fan in the house. I like that. I may be slow, but I'm ahead of you.
Okay.
With the Nash, I like the tractor flap. I think that's hilarious. And apparently they couldn't find the correct taillights for that car, so they just shoved some trailer taillights in it.
Yep.
That car looked like a good time. That guy looked like he was there to have fun. And he probably didn't have half of what everybody else had in their car.
You don't know that.
And I don't.
No telling.
I don't, but I would say.
Some people go out of their way to make their junk look like junk.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I
do like the tractor flap, though. It cracks me up.
No, I do like that, too. That's funny.
I think more people should do that. All right.
Okay.
So we talked about the electric AC system on one of the shows.
Yeah.
This is what that electric AC system looks like in place.
Okay, I'm going to have to big screen this deal. Okay.
Now, the one thing that he didn't, the two things that there was only one thing that he didn't like and one thing that he had questions on. He said it works really well. Going through the staging lanes, kept the car really cool, did everything it was supposed to do. Obviously, it gets colder when it's up to speed because then you've got air flowing across the core. The only thing he had a problem with is that compressor was the reason why he wasn't running a hood this week.
So he runs it in the staging lanes. There's no condensation dripping or anything.
He wasn't in the I'm sorry, he wasn't in the staging lanes. He was in the tech lane.
Okay.
Tech lane.
Sorry, man. People see that condensation dripping, they're gonna get pissed.
Oh yeah.
Tell that guy, knock it off. Okay. Yeah, man. Other than it not being like good looking, I mean, it can't be the.
It is ugly, but I can only imagine you can mount that wherever you want. Since it's not running off the belt,
Yeah.
you could kind of put it wherever you want to, wherever you want to.
Yeah. Huh.
But I don't know. There's a reason he mounted it there. I just don't know what it is.
Either way, looks like a badass car.
It was a badass car, but the thing that intrigued me was the electric air conditioning. He said it works really well, but he's worried about the longevity, which totally makes sense.
All right. I'm going to sound like the jerk.
Please.
Now, I don't know this guy. Could be the best guy in the world, but how the hell are you going to worry about longevity on your AC compressor when you got a drag and drive car with a Whipple on it? You have enough to worry about.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think that was just the one thing that we had a conversation about was, I wonder how long it lasts.
Oh, no, I get it, because you didn't ask him about the Whipple. You just asked him about the air conditioning.
Yes.
Right? Okay,
Yep.
Well, there you go. Makes sense. Well, I'm just saying.
No, and again, super nice guy. Talked to me for about 10 minutes about the AC system, so it was really cool.
Yeah.
The rest of these are just like cooler cars that I found intriguing. I want the male Jeep.
You've always had a thing for male Jeeps.
I have always had a thing for male Jeeps.
Man, hey, how many gassers did you see there?
So probably 15, 10 or 15. Not as many as I thought I was going to see.
Man, I really want to talk to Colby. I think I want to build a gasser.
I get it. It's a cool looking car.
The gasser class, I think there was only 2 gassers in B group today.
See, and that's even if you saw 15 gassers out there, that means there's only 7 per group?
Yeah, I don't know. No, like I said, there was only 2. I watched Class B race today, or I listened, and they said there's only two gassers. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they misspoke. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood and didn't hear right. But
now the 50 Chevy truck that's sitting up there, upper right hand corner.
Yeah,
I assume. I don't know. That guy was actually in the process of bolting down a barbecue grill in the back of that truck. I didn't know that. I thought he was working on his truck. I come through and there's smoke rolling out of the back of that truck. And I was like, oh my God. So I walk over and sure enough, it was just a barbecue. That's all it was. So guy looks over at me and he goes, thank you. And I go, for what? And he goes, for being the guy who wanted to tell me that my truck was on fire, but didn't. I was like, sorry. He goes,
I've always had grand plans on whenever I get to go do drag and drive stuff. I want to build just a small grill mount that goes in the receiver on the back of the car. It's like, you know what I mean? Use it right there. But that's whatever. Griggs was asking what's going on behind me.
Yes.
Motorcycle stuff. Motorcycle wheels, tank, and front fender. Swing arm and frame sections and motor covers and all that stuff's already done and back to the guy.
Bo stays busy.
Yeah. I'd like to be a little bit busier, man. To be honest with you.
If you were busier, you wouldn't have time to work on your car. So
the only reason I had time today is because this stuff was shot and I had to sit for a little while. So it gave me a little time. I'll be back on it here in a little bit.
BJ, you got to elaborate on this. Made a grill mount for the Jeep. Oh, is that what you did today?
I think he was talking about me making a grill mount for the wagon. He probably made one. BJ's pretty crafty. He probably made one for the Jeep a long time ago.
Yeah. More fun stuff. The 50 Chevy I should hate.
Why?
I because it's not the one. It's not the slant back car. It's not the fastback. It's I don't even know what you would call that, but it's really cool, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Oh, BJ made a mount for a barbecue grill for his Jeep.
Yeah, I thought we already passed that.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know what he was talking about. My bad. So, the silver Cutlass, I'm going to assume that's a Cutlass.
That's nice.
Pretty sure we saw that at PRI.
Did we? It's slick looking. I know that.
I'm almost positive that's the one we saw at PRI because it is the 417 Motorsports car.
Yep.
The Fairlane, it's Fairlane. I had to show it.
Just look at it.
Yeah, just take a good long look. And I will post some of these up later. Brian Goldstone, his Javelin, always cool.
Big Block Bob.
Big Block Bob. Talked to him for a little bit.
Is his boy driving the car?
I don't think so. He was the one throwing the fire suit on as it was going up the lane. So I think he's running. I don't know if he's running that car in both groups or if he's just running it in the morning group.
Man, there's some people, I think Goldstone's one of them, that are running both groups.
Goldstone is running both groups. So that means he has to make. See, that's what throws me off because I could have swore I heard he has to make 2 passes in the morning group and 2 passes in the evening group before he can leave.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, dude. I just thought John made 1 pass and called it.
And I don't know. But yes, Goldstone is running both groups. So that means he raced this morning, he's going to race this evening, and then he's going to drive to Flying H, has to race tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. And then a drive day, I think, as they head back towards Oklahoma City.
How cool, though, if he wins both groups. You want to talk about a Superman award, that would be it.
That would be. Like, you get to walk away from that one a legend, whether you like it.
I mean, I feel like if you do that, you just need to do something else at that point.
Yeah.
Like build another car. I own it all. I beat everybody, both groups.
I win.
Kiss my
retiring. Today is the greatest day of my life.
Anyway.
Is that what you would do? Would you retire? Would you go try to do something else?
No, I'd go monkey stomp everybody every year. I'd keep on doing it.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know, you've heard it. It's good to be the king is what they say, right? So
that's the truth.
Got to hold it up. What else you got? I see more pictures.
These 2 were just like 2 of my favorites. I don't care.
2 of your favorites.
I love that Fairmont.
I've seen that Fairmont before somewhere else. I can't remember.
I'm not sure. I don't think it was that low last time I saw it. But that car makes me happy. I would gladly drive that car.
Yeah, I would too.
And then you got the 3rd gen Camaro.
See, you and John have that in common. You're 3rd gen friendly.
I've never owned one.
Well, neither have I. I never will either.
I've only driven one once. Like that's one of those cars that I was just never cool enough to have. I kind of want one now.
You think you're cool enough now to have one?
Not a bit, but I can afford it.
But now I can buy one.
Yeah. Now I don't have to be cool.
Yeah. All you need is $3,200 and Marketplace, and you can find a bunch of them.
$3,200 and a pack of Marlboros, and I'm good.
Yeah.
We're set. Let's go to the next one. So this one was that's a terrible story. That guy took that car out, blew a head gasket on it. I don't know if he ever got it back together. He pretty much said that he was done. They spent about 30 minutes cleaning up the track after his pass. And he was just finished. So Coyote Motor, 69 Mustang, Bo's favorite Mustang.
Yep.
Beautiful yellow, beautiful car, great stance. I wish I'd have got a better picture of it, but stood over there and talked to that guy for a while and forgot to take the picture.
So I was in Tulsa yesterday, and I had every intention on going to the test and tune. My 15-year-old son, he's a basketball player. He gets picked up by, I don't know how to say. He got asked by a traveling team that he's never played with to come join their team this weekend. They needed, some help or whatever, needed some more another player. So we took him to this tournament, which we've never been anything like this before. It is crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of NBA players' kids at this place. I mean, it was nuts. How many 12-year-old kids that were 6'5" and taller and just dunking it, which, like I said, my son's 15, but there was young kids that big. Anyway, by the time we got done with his game, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock. We're about to start heading to the track, and John texts me, and he's like, man, I'm leaving. Like, I'm tired. I'm hot. I'm going to go get in the pool, grab a beer. So probably not in that order. And then, I was like, all right, man. So if he was leaving, everybody else is leaving. So we didn't go by. And I wish I would have. We should have still went. But
so
I kept him on the other side.
I was pulling into Tulsa Raceway Park literally as Dorty was pulling out. Like we waved at each other with one finger as he was leaving. And he called me as soon as he got back to the hotel, and I was like, hey man. And I go, I'm gonna hang out here for a while and check out some cars. And he goes, cool. And I go, so if you come back, just call me and I'll let you know where I'm at. And he goes, yeah, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm hitting the pool. I'm going to take about 12 of my best friends with me, and we're going to call it a night. So, funny.
We didn't call it a night because we were getting messages from Stoney and him at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So.
Listener 7 or viewer 710 was busy last night. I'd say both of those guys were feeling pretty good this morning.
Nope.
Not a bit.
They're probably fine, I'm sure.
But yeah, last picture I've got before we get into any of the marketplace stuff is just Dorty's car parked outside of Woody's.
Mike took this picture.
Mike took this picture. That is the truth. Photo credit goes to Mike. But go hang out at Woody's if you want to see some cool cars go by, because they're literally
maybe not at Woody's, because they're going to be pulling in there to take pictures for their checkpoint. But close by.
Yeah, car wash
maybe. I mean, go in there and eat. I guess I'm not saying don't go give them your business, but
eat outdoors.
I might go over there in a little bit. Take the family.
Eat outdoors at the Otter Cove.
I think it's closed.
Is it closed?
Yeah. They got weird hours.
Well, when I'm back home, I'm gonna run down and get a Goodfellas pizza anyway, so I'll be right there on Main Street.
That's
regardless.
That's where a lot of the cars were pulling in and parking, was over at Otter Stop. So
yeah, go down there and hang out with those guys. There's going to be a lot of really cool cars rolling through town tonight.
Yeah.
Like a lot. But what have you been watching on YouTube? I was watching Bad Chad right before I got on here today.
Yeah, I don't watch Bad Chad. Every once in a while, they'll suck me in with a reel. I'm scrolling through social media. I'll watch a 2 or 3 minute long clip. And why did I watch that? They're talking about his hair plugs more than anything lately. So,
Builders Brawl was today. I didn't know that. That'd be St. Louis.
Neither did I. No drama. Everybody was shifting their cars.
No push button shifters this year.
No push button shifters. forgot I was going to say something. I forgot.
Did you watch War in the Woods?
Man, I tried. I tried to watch that stuff. There's so many wrecks. I mean, I guess there's a guy on a bike that was a serious thing. They landed a helicopter on the track to get the guy.
Wow.
Yeah, this is just, I think it was not too long ago.
You watched every crash?
Well, between watching Megaweek and back and forth with War in the Woods, you must have to do that to keep having some action.
Well, and we watched Group A this morning while we were working on your car. And I say this morning, Group A went till what, 3:00?
Yeah, it's supposed to be till 3. No, till 2.
It was supposed to be over at 2, but I thought they went over a little bit.
Did they? Well, probably.
But we caught some of that. I didn't get to see Dorty's pass. You got to see it.
Yeah, as soon as I logged in this morning, as soon as I turned it on to the live feed, literally, no kidding, turned on, I hear John Dorty in the left lane. It's like, oh, man, perfect. Worked out.
Yep. What else are you watching on automotive stuff this week?
I don't know, man.
I watched Tony Angelo fire up that 12-cylinder Fox body.
Oh, man, I've been watching that too. I didn't like that in the beginning. In the beginning, I thought, man, you're reaching. You know what I mean? But now that it's gone, it's pretty all right, man.
It's kind of a cool car.
Pretty cool. I do like it a lot. I think it's neat.
It does sound really awesome.
And the camera, the microphones don't do it justice.
I know. That's why I want to see it in real life.
But I do like it. It is a physically enormous motor.
Yes. He wound up running a radiator out of his Subaru drift car.
Oh, I don't even know.
But just him trying to find room for everything.
Yeah.
I think what's changed on a lot of Tony's stuff is it started to get more realistic. Now, I say that as he's working on an Aston Martin motor in a Fox body Mustang. But
hard to be down and dirty with that.
It's true. But he snapped off a tap in the timing cover.
Yeah.
That's the kind of day I have right there.
They got it. They
did get it back out of there.
Some of the stuff they do would never work for normal people.
I agree.
The pulley, was it the power steering?
Power steering delete pulley?
Delete pulley that they just welded to a block and then bolted it to. That wouldn't work for anybody else. If we tried that, the pulley would be crooked and throw belts, something stupid. You know what I mean? Come on.
Agreed.
But whatever. Yeah, I like that car. I think it's pretty cool, pretty neat.
I am enjoying that build.
Ouch.
Cletus took out Leroy this week.
Yeah.
What else?
They've turned the budget car thing into what it's not relatable now.
I agree. But it's also just a matter of the sponsorship thing. Like, you really just have to know how to play the game. And we just haven't figured that out yet. And that's what pisses us off. Like, they'll sponsor anybody. If you're going to go out there and race, if you're going to be at Megaweek, if you're going to throw a big enough sticker on your car, they will sponsor you. You just have to.
If you got 3 million followers.
Right. Right.
All I'm saying is they make these rules. They give them another little bit of budget to upgrade the cars a little bit further, and which I'm all about. I think it's awesome. I'm not complaining one bit. I'm just jealous. But I'm happy. No, it's a good jealous.
It's a good jealous.
I want them to continue to do this. I think it's great. I'm not hating. I just it went from a true budget race that everybody could relate to now they're building a motor, and then they're building the same exact spare motor, because you can have a spare motor that's the same as your, so it's just, not only are you building one motor that most people can't afford to build, now you're building 2. So
Lunar has decided to join us.
but I love the content. I'll never complain about it. I'm just an observation.
Yeah, he went through his entire car collection on one of the most recent videos.
Yeah, I watched that.
Holy cow, does that guy have a lot of cars?
Man, the whole 15 minutes of there's a Crown Vic, there's a Crown Vic, there's another Crown Vic, there's a Crown Vic. I almost got tired of it. Like, man, you've got to speed it up.
These are all Crown Vics.
We get it. This whole field is Crown Vics.
But the cars that he has that are cool are really cool.
Yeah, guy's got some neat stuff.
McFlurry and all that. But Mike's on board with you.
Yeah, you kind of missed out.
But all right. Well, what else do you want to get into before we go really heavy into the marketplace stuff?
Oh, I don't know.
I've got way too much marketplace, but
well, let's hit it. Let's do it.
All right.
You seem to be excited about the marketplace this week, so
I enjoy marketplace. I do. Mini bagged truck 2000 Chevy 3500 or best offer. Has a great sound system, custom frame, cool paint job, door poppers. Factory was shaved off. 4-banger engine was rebuilt right before I bought it. Needs battery and some TLC, frame, and body dropped all the way to the ground.
Greg's no.
No. I have been scolded.
So I already know this vehicle, so I'm not going to give it away. But if I read this, I'd go, man, this thing's going to be a turd.
I agree.
It's going to be a pile of crap truck if you read the ad. That's what I would see for that money.
See, and that's kind of what I thought too. And then I saw it.
Go. There we go. And really good for a $3,500 truck.
I immediately went, okay, I need $3,500. How am I going to convince the wife this? This needs to happen.
You have a son that's almost of age to be driving. That's how you justify this.
Well, and the reason that it didn't work is because that car sold in that truck sold in less than 6 hours.
Yeah.
It sold in less than 6 hours.
I'm not surprised.
The person who sent it to me, when they sent it to me, it was probably still available. Not by the time I looked at it.
If I was in the market for something and I seen that, even if it had a blown motor for $3,500, I would still be interested in that truck. Now, that being said, I would delete the flames.
BJ, it is gone. I would not delete the flames. I love the flames. I'm good with it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I do. I would leave that truck alone, and I would probably daily it. And Griggs has got a point. It's probably one of those things where you crawl under it and you get to looking at everything, and everything's booger welded together, and God forbid it's a 2-link.
That's why you roll over to your buddy's shop. It's got a nice big welder, and you just burn in a good weld over that booger stuff. Done. Yeah, I mean, I say it's a good deal for $3,500 if it's if it's not rotted out, if the suspension's not total trash, if you know what I mean, you guys know what I'm saying. If it's halfway decent, $3,500 is a deal.
I was looking for the wheel that didn't match, or the interior is obviously going to be flex stone in this thing, so that's probably chipping off.
Or the tailgate roll pan skin combo that's not painted and rusty.
Exactly. But let's drop this off before I go to the next one. I want to make sure of what I got. Okay.
Okay.
77 Ford Ranchero 500. with a one-horse trailer. Up for grabs, head-turning 77 Ford Ranchero 500 with matching one-horse trailer. The ultimate vintage combo for the cowboy or collector who wants both style and utility. I'm not going to read the rest of this. If y'all want to see it.
I'm just going to say that I appreciate the layout of the ad and the punctuation.
I agree. They did a spectacular job with punctuation and
there's
spell.
Yeah, there's bullets. There's bullet points there that I know John would appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Mike's already passing on this deal.
That's what I was doing as I was reading comments. I apologize.
Let's show the pictures. Let's move on.
This is what I see. I see a drag and drive car. You sign this up for whatever you versus you class that you need to sign it up for. You show up in a cowboy hat, a pearl snap shirt, and some of those long-toed cowboy boots.
See, you're there for the novelty of it.
I am.
I would want something to go be somewhat competitive. And I guess if you're running a U versus U or whatever index class, that's fine. You can be competitive. But I don't know that I would enjoy that. And I agree. It's cool to look at. I don't hate it. But for a drag and drive car, I don't know if I would. I don't know.
Mount the horns on the nose piece, on the hood.
Yeah, that's one of those vehicles you do that to.
Yes.
For sure.
I think it would be a blast. I think you could have fun with it.
It would be fun as a novelty, but trying to actually go out and, you know what, I'm with Mike on this. Oh, I agree. Like I said, for a novelty thing, it'd be fun just to go have a good time. But to try to go out and try to go fast or whatever, nah.
This is something I could see Stoney driving up in.
It's a Ford. He would not.
It is a Ford. He might. He just drop a LS in it and just make it presentable. Always with the Mount Crushmore.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And something like that, though, you can even find an old lightning motor that's in Jimmy's deal,
Ooh, good call.
And put in there because there's plenty of height to fit in there. So whatever.
I think it'd be fun.
What else you got?
I don't think that's how you spell Berlinetta, but 76 Chevy Camaro Berlinetta. Race car, no title, bill of sale only, 402 big block, art car, 3-speed transmission, Ford 9-inch, 6-point cage, fiberglass hood and trunk. Rest of all the body and interior is original. Really too much to list here. If you have any interest, just, okay, cool. Been in the family for 29 years. Put a total of 15 miles on it since. Runs great. All it needs is some tires, cranks right up, ready to go. Any questions, just ask. 10K. I want the scoop.
That's my least favorite scoop of all time.
I agree, but I think it fits perfectly along with what's going on. Probably.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's awful. I'm okay with this body style car.
I like it. I think it can be a blast.
I didn't know, and I'm not super versed, so don't kick me in the junk on this statement. I didn't know that these were Berlinettas, or they made a Berlinetta in this body style.
Yes, they did make a Berlinetta in that body style.
Yeah, I had no idea. Lunar, you're probably right. 15 very long-lasting quarter mile times. Lives
his life 32 seconds at a time.
Between burnout and pass here. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
It's not a bad car, though. I like it. I don't know how I feel about the bumper that's painted. That's kind of weird.
Well, and I think on that car, it would have been a plastic bumper anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I like them better chrome on this particular deal.
What year was that? 76. Yeah, it should have been a plastic bumper on that car anyway.
Yeah, don't get me lying about it.
All right.
Man.
1995 Geo Tracker will not respond to, is this still available? I have a 96 Geo Tracker, 165,000 miles standard, two-wheel drive. Acquired the Tracker a few years back, completely stock. Did all the work myself. It's been dropped, new rims and tires, less than 500 miles on them. Custom 8-inch speaker sound system. New amp, equalizer, head unit.
New equalizer.
I don't know where you would buy a new equalizer.
It's a pile equalizer. He probably got it from on top of our old shop because every time we got a car that had one in, we threw it on the roof. There had to have been 17 pile equalizers on top of our shop.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. All right. Anyway, may consider trades for a rat rod project.
That's your jam, isn't it?
That is my jam right there. That is what I want.
How are we even friends?
I
Is
don't
my
know.
question. This is.
You would have drove this 15 years ago.
I would never have driven this car.
What?
Never. No. Nope. I mean, good to whoever. It's just not my style. It's just like Volkswagens. I love looking at Volkswagens. I don't want one. It might be Barry's dad's old car.
Lunar's on board. BJ is not.
No. We could paint it white for you so you could live out your tracker fantasies. But
I'd leave that one alone. It's fine the way it is.
Okay. I mean, it's clean for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I
like it better. I like it better with the top on. Is that weird?
No, because it covers up the speaker box, and I get that.
I do like the old school stereo though. Was that 812s?
It was 8/8s.
Those are 8s. I forget how little that thing is.
Yes.
Okay.
Fun. Oh my! Wow! I didn't reload the slides.
Dun dun dun. Okay. What's
I
that
had one more and forgot to load it up. Give me a second here. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'll give you a topic.
I'll give you a topic.
Oh man, I wonder how the drive to Kansas City is going for the guys right now.
It's a good question. I'm very curious myself. I'm also curious about Bucket List and how they're doing.
Mike, I can't put that up. Well, yeah, I can. 6. I know our crowd. We have a big crowd tonight, so we
knew it was going to be a light crowd. Half our people that watch this are out racing right now.
That's true. That's true.
Mike, if you were cool at all, you'd be out there too. Trust me, I've been getting text messages about it all day.
Yeah, I got it. It's right there. It's not going anywhere.
Coming through the window.
I have big plans for that check for the very near future that we'll share with you guys.
Might as well share that now. What are you working on?
No. Me?
Yeah, for the check. Or are you saving that for the next show?
No, I'm saving it. I have plans to use the big check for. Let's just say the very first test and tune we take the wagon to, that check is coming with us. And we, no matter what happens, are hitting the winner's circle for some pictures, boys. That's all there is to it. I'm talking shirts off, nitrous bottles busted open, the whole thing for a test and tune night, no matter what happens. John already said he would go shirtless. So, I mean, I might too. I don't know. We'll see.
Do you think John's actually collecting hugs out there? Do you think Aaron Roberts actually walked up and just gave John a hug?
Man, I hope so.
I hope Stoney did. I hope Aaron did. I hope Narks did.
Oh, Stoney and Narks are going to do it just because they had no idea that he didn't like hugs until I told them, and they both were on the show. We're like, holy crap, I didn't know. Now I'm hugging you more. So they for sure will. Yeah. What? John's going to come back from Rocky Mountain Rate, from Megaweek, and be a changed man. He's going to start hugging us. It's going to be weird.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I'm a hugger anyway, so.
The only thing I had left in Marketplace was an electric Model T style golf cart, 48-volt electric cart with charger, made to look like a Ford Model T.
30 grand.
30 grand. 30 grand. Oh, that's hold on. We're going to drop that down for just a minute. Take pictures and make it part of next year's Gearhead calendar.
We have talked about doing a Gearhead, or I say we. I come up with ideas like this all the time, and Fro and John are like, ha They
I have no power here.
They shoot everything I had to say down when it comes to that stuff. Like, I even one point was like, hey, let's make a calendar with listeners' rides. Have them submit their cars and let's do a calendar. Do our own. Yeah.
I think I want to throw this out there. If anybody watches this show in the next couple of days, I think Aaron will actually watch this in the next couple of days. Please get a picture of you hugging Dorty.
Oh my gosh, we need to post that.
Tag the show.
Tag the show, hugging Dorty.
Hashtag hugs for Dorty, please.
Oh, he's gonna be pissed.
He's gonna be so mad.
I love it. Throwing some. Oh, I'll just instead of reading.
I already got it.
Oh, geez, sorry. There we go. Yeah,
that's gonna happen 27, 28 days from now, 29 days from now.
Man.
That's gonna happen.
We want a full-on Jimmy Dale type winner circle reenactment picture. That's what we're going for. If we could get Fro in some Daisy Dukes and a belly shirt, you know what I mean, for that picture, that'd be even cooler.
And that's what I was going to say. That's probably the next thing that we need to make sure that we make a point of is, Dorty's going to have the nitrous bottle cracked. You're obviously going to be throwing down like some kind of pose where you're partying with your cardboard check. And then it'll just be me leaning up against the car, shorty short. Yeah.
I'm going to need a foot up on the tire looking back.
I was just going to. Yes, we'll go with your idea. It's much better.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's not staged in a garage. It's hanging up on its own hanger in the closet.
It's in a suitcase in the Fairlane, ready to go. Like a hitman, just not killing people.
Guys, I have said this 100 times. I will say it again. I am more scared of doing that this year than I was of doing it last year.
Why? Because
there were some things that I did last year that I can't take back. There were some things that my wife doesn't ever need to know about. And it was the back of a Chevy Love truck. And I really didn't think that I was going to get to that point in my life. Where
I've heard this story so many times. You're not the only one.
It was a shameful day for me.
Well, you got paid for it. So
I didn't get paid for it.
You know what that makes you? Yeah, a charity collector.
Yes.
That's what you do.
Yes. But
I can't say this enough. We were told that Jungle Fro raised $1,000 last year at the circuit. That's not chump change, man.
This year is supposed to be Jungle Narcs out there with me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. Like, I was watching him run around the track at Tulsa. That guy is working his ass off.
I'll take his spot for the hour you guys go do that.
I am going to.
I'm probably not the best one for that job, but I'll volunteer. I
think you would be the best one for that because you're going to play into it. I was nervous as hell.
No. I'm not going to take his spot to be just that. I'm not going to be Jungle Bo. Okay?
Come on now.
No. I meant I'll take over Narcs' responsibilities while he's doing that. While he's doing the Jungle Narcs.
That is not going to happen.
Okay. Whatever. I offered.
No, I mean the comment that Lunar just put up.
Oh.
That's not going to happen. Yes, I have done worse for less.
Jungle Bow.
Briefcase in the trunk. I can't get these comments to come up fast enough.
Man.
But yeah, I guess everybody's already started rolling out of my ammo. So, what do you got on
there's a lot of people that just cruised by and snapped a picture and took off, kept on going. John and Stoney and their whole crew, they stopped and hung out for a while, let their stuff cool down, and had dinner and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So not everybody did that.
Was he signing autographs? I hope he was signing autographs.
No, but man, if I'd have thought about it when I went in there to visit him, I would have asked for autographs.
All right, so getting back to our last.
All right, let's hear it.
48-volt electric cart with charger made to look like a Ford Model T. $30,000. Is that $30,000 worth of cool?
I mean, not to me.
Goes 8 miles an hour.
Yeah, not for me.
I don't even know why you would pay that kind of money for this.
Well, you know, people got different tastes.
Like, who is your target audience for that?
Yeah, I don't even know. But I do agree with Lunar on this one also. Needs a boost motor.
But would it even be fun?
No. It looks like a parade car to me. It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of money, man. $30,000.
I agree.
Yeah. I wonder how long that stays up for sale.
I'll say this. I believe it was at 20 weeks.
Let's check it again in 20 weeks and see where the price is at.
I'll have to go back and take a look at that. But yeah.
Like if you build something like that, it's like a 32 Ford, like that detailed, man, that'd be cool. You know what I mean?
That would be fun.
You don't ever see people build golf carts into trucks, though. You never see like a 56 Chevy or 55 Chevy or Ford or whatever.
Yes. It's just ending up in a golf course pond anyways. But all right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up, Bo?
Man, there's so much stuff going on.
There really is. It's almost too much because it's hard to keep up with.
Oh, hey, Mike wasn't kidding. He just sent us a screenshot of that Model T. It says $7,200.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's just a boner model.
I don't know. It'd have to be pretty damn special for me to spend $30,000 on it.
Yeah.
Especially like Lunar says, if I'm going to stick it in the golf course pond anyway.
I just think of so many things I could spend 30 grand on that would make way more sense.
See, this goes right back to the argument about side-by-sides, though, because I hate side-by-sides. I don't understand why you wouldn't just spend the money on a Suzuki Samurai. And
listen, you can take they're street legal. You can take them on the road and do the speed limit. And not that I guess you could take that golf cart, even though 8 miles an hour is going to get you ran over. But at least the side-by-sides you can take out and drive and you know as well as I do, man, as much as you want to hate them because you're a Jeep guy, those side-by-sides are super capable and they got it and they're fun, you know?
And they are, but when side-by-sides initially came out, there were a lot of those that were supposed to never be street legal. Mahindra builds that Roxor side-by-side that is basically a Jeep.
Yeah.
It's just a different motor and a different setup. Like even the bodies line up to be a Jeep. The whole agreement with Chrysler was that was never supposed to be a street legal vehicle. There are people driving those on the street all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
You.
I thought they were supposed to be illegal, and I was perfectly fine with them being illegal. There's only two places you see them, and that's right in front of you in traffic or upside down at the dam.
That's funny.
I don't get the duck thing. I don't. Like
and I will say this:
a Jeep guy, and I don't get the duck thing.
When my wife's with me, and we're driving, whatever. Every time we see a Jeep, and majority of the time, not the majority, it's male and female both, but it seems like we always see the female drivers, and every little add-on piece or anything you can take off easily and have painted to put back on, you know, the windshield frames, the door brackets. I mean, anything, you know, the pegs that they stick out, and they'll do them pink or purple or whatever, and the whole thing is just littered in these bright colors. My wife's just like, ugh, that's so gross. I wish I'd just stop that. Leave it alone. It's the only time she ever says anything about cars or trucks that, you know, good or bad.
I never have understood the duck thing. There's one guy around where I live who has taken the duck thing to an extreme, and I think he's pointing the finger at the Jeep guys because it's a Dodge Dakota. But he has literally glued ducks all to the outside of his truck. There's one.
Does he dress up like Howard the Duck?
No.
Oh, okay.
But there's one rubber duck on top of that Dakota that is every bit the size of a golf ball, and I keep waiting on that thing to come loose and just smoke the car right behind it. But no, I don't get the duck thing, so I don't get the Salt Life stickers. I don't understand that.
No, that's silly too. Greg says he's dressed up like a crackhead.
I'm not positive that's a costume.
Yeah, that's just every day.
But all right.
All right.
Well, anything else you want to throw in here before we lock her down?
No, I mean we've got to get better about Mike said he's going to explain the duck thing to you.
Perfect.
He's also a salt lifer.
He's also a salt lifer. He's got the crossed ARs, and it just says Assault Life.
Oh, geez. I don't know what I was saying now.
We'll do a better job of.
I don't know. putting together. We need to get back to doing what we used to do. And actually, hey, there's Aaron right there.
Aaron, we talked about it earlier. We need pictures. Tag the show.
Tag Gearhead Perspective. That would be great.
Yes. Anytime you see him getting a hug, get a picture. Yes, we need to work on starting on time. Sorry, Steve. I'm sure you had a very well planned out night of doing nothing.
We might now frozen. We're not going to start on time now.
Next week it'll be at 6:30. There you go. Take that.
We're just going to set it for 7:29. So everybody be late.
Aaron's in a different group.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to find a way. This is the Dragon Drive community. Spread it around.
Here's what's funny about that. Devin's an early bird, right? And when I mean early, I'm talking early. He leaves his house and goes to work. He tells me that he'll start watching the show and watch about 10 minutes of it, and then he shuts it off and goes to bed, and then he watches it the next day. So I think he stays up long enough to tell us we're late.
There will be hugs.
Thank you. He needs it.
Tag the show. Hashtag hugs for Dorty.
Yeah. Man, got to have shirts made.
And that's how we lost a friend right there.
No.
Dorty should be back next week unless he's been hugged too much.
He'll be at rehab.
He'll be show us where the bad man touched you.
A hug rehab.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. What do you want to throw in here?
I got to say it for John. Everybody love everybody. Everybody hug everybody.
Everybody hug everybody.
And
like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, all that goodness.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.